These are kind of the standard controllers that come with the consoles themselves. And I just want to go over a little bit about each of them. The main focus is the Switch one, because this is the controller that I was a little bit kind of dissuaded with the pictures of it. It looked a little bit bulky, but after using Anton's, I was instantly sold and I bought it straight away. So I want to go over some of the cool features about this. This here, obviously, this controller is the PlayStation 4 controller. You get this with the PlayStation 4 Pro. It's got the gunmetal finish color, so it looks a little bit more sleeker than the original one. This comes with a touchpad, so you've now got the touchpad. And on the new version of this one here, it has got the extra light bar. So when you're playing like this, normally you would only see the color here, which changes depending on what user is playing the controller. But you've now got a light bar on the top here that lights up as well. In the hands, the controller feels quite good. It feels quite comfortable. I think this is my favorite DualShock 4 controller, DualShock controller. I was never keen on the originals. I've never been a big fan of the analog sticks down here, the symmetrical design. And the D-pad as well. I've never been a big fan of the D-pad. The Xbox One controller, this was my favourite controller. I thought it felt great in the hands. The analog sticks in this one, they're quite nice. They've got a little rubberized grip texture, so they're nice to push at the sides. They feel fairly sturdy. These actually loosened up from the original Xbox 360 controller, where these were a lot stiffer. These are a little bit looser now, and the PlayStation 4 was the exact opposite way. They used to be a lot looser, they are now a lot stiffer to push. The Xbox One controller has got the analog triggers, which have actually got rumble in the triggers as well, so on certain games you will feel a different rumble in these triggers themselves, which is pretty cool. I'd almost call it 3D rumble. So although the Switch has got its HD rumble, the Xbox One has got a kind of 3D rumble, which is pretty cool. They're a pendulum style, they're like a weighted counterweight pendulum, so they'll spin in the motor and it gives you that weight, and that's what gives you the vibration. This also has motion controls, and it can be used for the stuff with the VR. The Xbox doesn't have motion controls, but it's got the extra rumble features, like I said. Coming to the Switch Pro controller, I think this is probably ergonomically my favourite out of the controllers. I think the way your hand rests on the triggers, it's much easier to get to these. It's just as good as the PlayStation 4's controller, the DualShock 4, so it's really easy to use, whereas on the Xbox One controller, I find that I'm having to cramp my fingers a little bit or rotate my hand just to get that pressure on the button. Now, it has got the new D-pad, so unlike the JoyCons, where it's a split design like the PlayStation 4 a little bit, but with rounded buttons, this is one actual body, and it's got the left, right, up and down. So this is more like your NES or SNES type D-pad. And it is quite stiff, but I think that'll loosen up with time, and possibly for fighting games, this is probably better designed than something like the split design or the Joy-Cons. The buttons themselves have got a nice texture. The look of this one here is also my favourite controller now as well. I think this see-through body works really, really nice. Inside the controller, there's loads of articles about this. Nintendo put a hidden message, thanks to all gamers. I think that's awesome, just a nice little bonus. Extra with the controller here though, you can put your Amiibos in this, so it has got a near-field communication device in the controller itself. It is on the right-hand side stick, so like your Joy-Cons, you can just take your Amiibo and you can press it on the right analog stick, and that will sense your Amiibos. So that's built into it, and it has got motion controls like the DualShock 4. The rumble is also a little bit different. This is the Nintendo's HD rumble. It's a little bit different from the other ones. This it's a linear device rumble, so kind of similar to what's in the Oculus Rift. I have heard people saying that the Joy-Cons, because they're separated and they're smaller, you feel the rumble a lot more in the Joy-Cons than you do in the main controller. That's about £40 or $50. Same with the Xbox One controller, it's £40 or $50. The only unfortunate thing with this, with the Switch one, is it's about £60 here in the UK. Like I said, you are getting that NFC reader built into there. I think the rumble is a little bit more advanced, so you're getting that little bit extra. But on top of this, the Xbox One needs batteries or a battery pack, which you buy separately. The DualShock 4, you would charge this up and it lasts for, I've seen anything from about 3.5 hours to 11 hours. The Switch Pro controller though has got a built-in battery as well, but this one lasts for up to 40 hours. That's the kind of average time, and it will vary depending on what game you're playing. The extra battery life, the NFC in this, that's what's getting the extra cost in this controller. And I really would recommend, it's difficult to see in the pictures how good this is. Get a shot of one if you can, or get one in your hands and feel it. It's really, really nice. The only downside to this controller is the triggers are not analogs, so these are just digital triggers. Instead, you're probably going to have to get another controller for those games for Virtual Console if it comes out eventually. But all three controllers, I think Nintendo's kept themselves in the game here with the controllers. All amazing. I'd love to see the prices come down to about £30 for each controller, and then you've got the Pro controllers, the elite controllers. Let us know what you think about the controllers if you've got it yourself, what you like about the Pro controller, what's your favourite controller, and we'll see you next episode.